What's going on, everybody out there on the internet? My name is FearedDemon, and welcome back to another DCUO Let's Play. Well, walkthrough, Let's Play, whatever. If you don't know what this game is, it is a free-to-play MMORPG. Very hard emphasis on RPG for this game. It's pretty unique when it comes to MMOs because it's like a button combination, like fighting style MMO. And of course it takes place in the DC comic universe, so you'll be fighting alongside all your favorite heroes or villains, whichever one you prefer. It is but as I said, it's a free-to-play MMORPG on PC, PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and soon to be Xbox One. By the time this is recorded and uploaded, or by the time you watch this, it may be out on Xbox One already. So keep track of that, I guess, or look out for it if you're an Xbox player and you're a little disappointed you can't play this. It's one of the few MMOs that's able to be played on console. All of the PlayStation 3, PlayStation 4, and PC, they all play on the same server, so it is cross-platform. So if you have a friend that doesn't like playing console, you can actually play with them. Yes, you can play with your PC friends, or you can play, maybe you have a friend that doesn't have a PlayStation 4 yet or something. Boom, you can play with them. So it's a very good game to play with friends. So I think if you also don't know who I am, I'm FearedDemon, and I've done quite a bit of DCUO Let's Plays. And normally I just go to level 30 and then that's it. But I think with this one I'm going to take very special care of. So with this, what I have planned for this Let's Play is that we're going to be doing every quest in the game. Going to be attempting to do every quest in the game, whether it's under our level or not. We're going to attempt to do every piece of content in the game. Solos, duos, alerts, raids, etc. I'm going to attempt to show off all PvP. We're going to attempt to be good at PvP. I'm going to attempt to get all feats. Maybe not all feats, but quite a bit of the feats. I'm going to try to get all the investigations as we're leveling. So that'll be cool. And that's about that. We're going to basically we're going to be trying to do everything we can for this game, and we're going to try to have one of the most badass characters, up-to-date characters that we can possibly have in this game. So that way we have experienced it all. And because usually I usually just play till 30, or like some of my other ones, I did try to do some in-game, but then I quit earlier on. But this time, we're going to attempt to be able to say that we've done everything that we could do in DCUO. Now, right now, we don't have a membership. A membership basically grants you everything. For $15 a month, you get everything. You can have as much money at once as you can. You can have 12 character slots. You can have all the piece of DLC without buying it all. So you get all powers, all weapons, all in-game dungeons, raids, etc., whatever. You get it all. But I probably will get it actually pretty early. I just don't have the money. I think tomorrow I'm going to have the money. So for today, whatever level we get to, I don't have it, so that won't really matter, because what I want to play I already have. I don't need the membership, because what power I've already chosen, I already know. But anyways, enough of me rambling on here. I'm sure people are just like, get to the goddamn game already. So let's go ahead and just get right into this. I am playing this on PC, by the way.
My triumph was at hand. The final campaign in my long war against Superman. While his powers were drained from constant battle, sending him into space to recharge from the Earth's yellow sun, I struck. But my obsession had blinded me to the real threat, to Earth's true enemy.
Someone your own size! Cyborg, concentrate fire on Luthor while I call down some artillery. Something?
Greetings, sister.
This? Nobody kills the bat but me! Call him! Bring him to me! Madman! Adam! You don't deserve to live! Diana. Beaten by a mere man. No. You've lost everything. No. I beat you. Luthor!
Brainiac had returned. For years, he'd been stealing the powers of Earth's protectors, but we were too busy fighting amongst ourselves to see the danger. With you three dead, Brainiac quickly eliminated the remaining heroes. The lucky ones died fighting. Finally, I alone survived. A rat in the walls of the Brainiac construct. I have traveled through time to warn you. This is my past, but your future. And it means the end of humanity, so together, we must change it.
What have you done, Luthor?
Given you a fighting chance.
He's lying. It's some kind of trap. Why should we trust you?
Because if you don't, Earth is doomed. I've stolen Brainiac's exobytes and released them into Earth's atmosphere. They hold the powers stolen from the heroes and villains of my time, and will bestow them on anyone they contact. The exobytes will create a new breed of superhuman to fight Brainiac's invasion. You must teach them to use their new abilities, for they must be on the front line in the coming battle, or my grim future will become your own. I only hope I am not too late, for I will not be here to see this new future. My work is not yet done. I must leave this Earth to you. Claim the exobytes and take destiny into your own hands.
Targets identified.
There
Select
we
gender
go.
and body type.
So, this is character creation. You're a newly formed superhero, thanks to Lex Luthor. Thank you, Lex Luthor. However, there are some powers that don't make sense. Mainly the ring ones. I guess that doesn't really matter, but they are. They do have the 2 rings. They have 2 of the rings. They have rage, the rage ring, power, and they have light, which is basically just willpower. They have willpower if you're good, and then if you're on the bad side, it's the fear. So they use the exact same moves. They're just like yellow if you're bad, and then it's green if you're good. Anyways, we're gonna be male. There's male and female, obviously, and there's a bunch of different types. There's striker, which is just your normal body type, medium, small, and large. And then they have spark, which is like it looks like a little kid sort of. And they medium, large, and small of that. And then they have brute. They have large, small, and medium. And we are going to be a brute large, because I like the brute.
Select exobyte download type.
Giant
Create custom
bodybuilder.
configuration or imprint using data from an Earth hero or villain.
So now this is where you get to create your own superhero, or you can be inspired by it.
Select
You don't,
a hero or villain morality.
if you don't want to go through all the character creation, but you kind of know what you want to be, like you want to be like just like Batman here. It sets it up so you can be just like Batman or Superman or Catwoman, like Luthor, the Joker, and it just goes on and on and on and on and on. And every time they add a new power, they add some new guys. But we're going custom, obviously.
Select a hero or villain morality.
So this is the morality. Morality, basically, this is like faction. If you're a villain, you cannot play with heroes. If you're a hero, you cannot play with villains, obviously. So they're 2 separate factions, separated whenever you do PvP, open world PvP, or battleground PvP, like huge PvP. So they don't actually ever play with each other. So if you do play with a friend, make sure you guys choose the same thing. So there's villain, obviously, and then hero. We are going to be hero because I already know what I want to be in my mind.
Select a personality to determine social behavior.
Personality, this does not do anything. This just basically alternates how you're going to be standing whenever you're just sitting there AFK or just sitting there looking at something. So it just kind of just determines like what you're going to look like. It's comical, primal, flirty, but we're going serious. Yeah, it looks like it wants to beat somebody up.
Select a mentor as a guideline for data application.
So the mentor. So there's 6 mentors on the game. The 3 good mentors are Wonder Woman, Superman, and Batman. The bad side has Joker, Lex Luthor, and Cersei. Cersei, if you don't know who that is Wonder Woman's sister, and she's like she's like the evil counterpart to Wonder Woman, basically. But we are going to be Batman. Mentor does not change that much. A lot of people think Mentor is important. It really isn't. It basically just determines where you're going to start leveling your little area you start in. And you pretty much, the only thing else that it affects is at 15 you get a specific quest that only people who chose that Mentor get. And then at level 30 you get another one. And it determines like how you get to level 30, and then after level 30 it doesn't matter anymore. Like it really does not affect anything, honestly. It just sort of like, yeah, doesn't really do anything. But we're gonna go Batman. We've already been Wonder Woman. We've already been mentored by Wonder Woman. We've already been mentored by Superman. It's time to be mentored by Batman.
Select power group from available exobyte data to determine combat role.
So this is the important stuff. Power. This is like what your class is going to be, pretty much. So there's 14 powers in the game. 14 powers in the game. So there's a lot to choose from. We'll go down the list here. There's nature. It is a healing. Unleash elemental forces to change from direct nature's hidden secrets to curve and revitalize your allies. So there's 4 different. Basically. What do you call it? There's 4 different like stances that you choose, sort of. Roles. There's 4 different roles. I don't know. I'm a little tired right now. So there's 4 different roles in this game. Usually in MMOs, there's only 3 different roles. So this game's pretty unique in that way. There's usually tank, healer, and damage. In this game, there's tank, healer, damage, controller. So tank, if you don't know what tank does, tank basically keeps the aggro, which basically means he keeps the attention of everything, bosses and mobs, which mobs is monsters, or just basically keeps the attention of everything on him, so he takes all the damage. Tanks don't really do that much damage compared to damage and controller. They basically, yeah, they're very tanky, you know, they're not squishy at all, and they take all the damage while everybody else does their rolls. Then there's healing. You know what healing does? It heals everybody in the party to keep them alive, obviously. Damage, obviously, that's pretty obvious what that does. Damage, basically, they're the people that do... Basically, your role as a damage is to do damage. You try to do as much damage as you possibly can to kill whatever you're killing as fast as possible. And then there's controller. The importance of controller is a controller basically stun locks and crowd controls mobs, so they have a lot of stun, and they give their allies and their party power back. And power is what you use to use moves and abilities. So they're pretty much mandatory, especially for healers, because healers run out of power pretty quickly compared to everybody else. So you'll get, with the controllers, they give power back so people can use more moves. So anyways, back down the line. So there's nature there, a healing class. By the way, over here to the side, it says basically every class has 2 roles. The main one is the one it says on the side, but then there's another one. Every single class can be damaged. Don't think just because it says healing or tank or controller that they can just be that. No. Every power can be damage, and very good damage at that. There's really, the game's pretty balanced in that way. There are some that are better than others, like Quantum's really good. I think Rage used to be good. I think it's been nerfed a little bit. Basically, what on the side when it says healing or tank, it's just saying like what their unique role is, like what their other role is besides damage. So just putting that out there. So anyways, there's sorcery. Revive your allies with a whispered incantation or summon occult pets to do your bidding. Mental. Assault and control others, either by psychic power or the sheer force of your will. Ice. Defense. Command the power of ice, shaping it into mighty weapons and protecting allies with frigid winds. Or frigid winds. Fire. Command the power of flame, directing gusts of heat and protecting allies with targeted blasts. Gadget. Dictate the course of battle with ingenious mechanical weapons and tools. Light. As a deputy of the corpse, use the power of will or fear to create hard light constructs and control or punish enemies. Electricity. Keep your allies alive with jolts of electricity. Earth. Command the power of earth, shaping it into mighty pets and causing damaging tremors. Quantum. Bend time and space to gain control over your enemies. Celestial. Keep your allies alive with divine blessings or unholy rituals. Rage. Harness the power of rage to become an unstoppable force. Munitions. Use your ordnance expertise to command the battlefield. Atomic. Utilize the power of nuclear energy, rearranging the atomic structure of yourself and your allies and your enemies at will. So those are all of the powers. We already know what we're going to be. We've already done... What was our Let's Play characters? We did Nature was our very first one, then Earth, then Rage, then Quantum. And now, it's time for Light. Yes, I know a lot of people want me to be Light. So yes, we are now going to choose Light. Yes, sir.
Select movement mode.
So this is the movement mode. This basically just affects how you're going to move in the world. Movement in this game is very fast. There's 4 movement types. There's flight, acrobatics, super speed, and then skimming. Flight, basically, yeah, you fly around, whatever. Acrobats, nothing is really faster than the other. Flight, you can get around, like, places, like, you don't have to run around buildings and stuff with flight. You kind of just fly over them. Acrobats is really fast. Super speed is probably the fastest. And skimming's the same as flying, pretty much, except you're on, like, 2 discs, which is pretty awesome. We did use that one. We've pretty much done everything except flight. I have hated on flight in the past every time I've talked about it, and the reason is, and I still don't like it, is because flying around itself is cool, but the problem is the animation's a little clunky and stuff. I mean, okay, when you're out in the open, the animation's flawless and stuff, but the thing is, whenever you get in combat, whatever movement you're using, you basically, like, slow down, and it's a little awkward as flight because you're just sitting there sort of hovering in the air, and it's, yeah, it just feels a little weird because you just sit there doing this little hovering thing, and I just don't like it at all. It's yeah, it's a little, I don't know, it's a little awkward at times. Acrobatics is really fun and fluid. Super speed is definitely my favorite. Super speed is amazing. Skimming was actually okay. Skimming was alright. It was alright. So, I think we actually are going to choose flight because we haven't yet, and a lot of people hate on me for not choosing flight, so I guess I'll choose flight. But if I complain about it later, just remember, this is all your guys' fault.
Select weapon specialty from available data.
So this is weapon type. This is another major thing. Whenever you're not using powers, you're going to be using your weapons to do damage. So you actually use, I think you actually use weapons, I think, a little bit more than powers. Weapons, basically how weapons work is you get, you use them. You beat the crap out of people with them, with whatever you're using. But you also get, like, button combinations to remember. And some of them do a lot more damage than others. Weapons are definitely, there are some that are way better than others, like, honestly. And it's definitely some that are more popular than others. So, yeah. What was I going to say? Don't think that changing your, like, don't get nervous about which weapon you should choose right now, because you can always change it later. At level, I think it's like 15 or 16, you can actually change whenever you want. So, you do have to not pay real money, but pay, like, in-game currency, like the money, cash. You basically pay cash, which is what the in-game currency is called, that you spend on stuff. Not real money, cash, in-game cash. It's not, you don't have to spend money to get cash, but you can change it by switching your, yeah, you can just, so it doesn't really matter what you choose at the start. You can always change it whenever. So there's Hand Blast, a fast melee range style that directs power through bare hands. One-handed, a fast melee style using a combat weapon held in one hand. Staff, a fast dexterous style utilizing a long weapon or melee weapon. Dual wield, a fast dexterous style using paired melee weapons. Two-hand, a slow, powerful style using a massive melee weapon. Martial arts, a fluid, medium speed melee style focusing on feet and hand strikes. Dual pistol, a very fast range style utilizing a pair of projectile weapons. Bow, a slower, precise long-range style using a bow weapon. Brawling, a slow, brutal style using fists to inflict maximum damage. Rifle, a medium-speed range style using a long-barreled rifle. Shield, a medium-speed melee style using powerful weapon strikes. So I was going to go with Hand Blast, but because a lot of people, for some reason when I make characters, everybody wants me to go Hand Blast, but I don't really feel the whole Hand Blast thing, to be honest. So I'm going to go with Two-Hand. We're going to have giant hammers, giant swords, whatever. Usually it's hammers or axes. I don't remember there ever being a sword when I had it on my fire character on PS4, but so that's what we're going to be.
Skype download summary. Appearance options now available. Modify any category as desired. Accept download when ready.
So now we get to our costume. Costume, don't really worry about your starting costume too much. Actually, don't worry about it at all, because you can actually get any of the pieces later on. You can just buy them from vendors. Like any of the pieces that you missed, or any of the pieces that you missed, you can get them actually relatively cheap too, and they're just there at a vendor. And then later on, like whenever you get to max level and you start doing like in-game content and dungeons and stuff, you'll get way more badass styles, trust me. You'll get way cooler, more badass looking stuff than the starting stuff. The starting stuff, remember, it's like the level 1 like stuff. You get way cooler stuff later on. Trust me. But anyways, So we're going to be a light character. But this is the skin types. Skin types, you can be, I guess you could be, like, maybe if there's any furries out there watching, I guess you can be a wolf or whatever. A wolf. A wolf. I always say wolf, but wolf. You can be a mummy and stuff. I'm not really going to, I don't think I'm going to be any of this. I think I am going to be tattooed, though. We'll be freaking tattooed, man. Matter. There's a lot of hairstyles. I'm not going to go through them all. I actually don't know which one I want, to be honest. I'm not going to go through every single hairstyle. Maybe I could, I guess. Okay, I'll go through them. So, I'm not going to go, like... But... So, there's Pomp, Liverpool, New Troy, Jimmy, Rockford, Kaiser, Afro, Mr. B, Spiked Mohawk, the Mohawk, the Cornrows, the Happy Painter, the Streetwise, the Big Hoff. Okay, I'm not going to go through them all, but you get it. Because a lot of them are just sort of like repeats. They just... Basically, it's the same hairstyle, but you get, like, different facial hair with it. Like, the Bandit. It's a nice one. The Enforcer's a pretty cool one. Go down the list here. See if we can get it. I might want it long hair. I think I want, like, longish hair. I gotta sneeze. Excuse me, everybody. Apologize there. Whoa, Metalhead. I don't remember that being there. Can I have metal... Okay, well, there you go. The Biker. The Evil Genius. The Wrestler. Ooh, I might go with the Wrestler. Or the Warrior. The Warrior's a nice one. I like that Warrior one. You can go old school. You can have some dreads. You guys want some dreads? Oh, the Spikies are pretty cool. I don't think I'm going to go Spiky, though. The Anti-Hero. You can be bald. Should we be bald? I don't think we should be bald, guys. Doesn't sound like a good plan. Oh. Yeah, that does not match. Okay, so I think I know what I'm going to go with. I think we're going to go with... What was it? It was Warrior or was it Heroic? It was Warrior. We're going to go with Warrior. Warriors! Come out to play! This might be a little bit too old of a reference for some of you, because I'm sure there's a lot more kids watching this. Alright, so there's a bunch of new helmet, or not new helmets, but there's a bunch of helmets. I'm not going to go through all of them. Some actual helmets, and then there's some, like, masks. And then you got face. I don't really know if I want a helmet. I'll go back there and see if I want any. I don't really know what I want my character to look like. I don't even remember if I want... I don't even know if I really want anything on my face, to be honest. There's some weird looking face. You got the what's that movie? Silence of the Lambs, but oh, Hannibal Lecter, that's right. Hannibal Lecter. You got the old Hannibal Lecter. Some goggles, snipers, technicians. Do I want anything on my head? Do I want like a top hat? We go with the top hat, everybody. Oh, I don't think we should go with the top hat. Any masks? Masks. I don't think I want any masks. The paramilitary. Nah, I don't think that would match a Green Lantern. That wouldn't match a Green Lantern. Ooh, the ruined hood. We're gonna go with the ruined hood, guys. We actually have everything. Oh, we can have stuff on our face as well. Not gonna put anything on my face. Emblems. You can't have an emblem, but I never really go with emblems, to be honest. There's like a bunch of, there's like numbers, just a bunch of different styled ones. All right, so the chests. Which some of the, ooh, the battle harness. I like the battle harness with this. Honestly, the battle harness goes really nice. I like it. Most of it is just like long sleeved stuff, which looks good, but man, that battle harness goes good. Alright, so back. We are flying. Should we go with a cape? No capes, as they said in Incredibles. No capes! So, I don't know. Should we go capes? Ooh, we could get some wings. You guys want some wings? Could be like a bird. I kind of want the bird wings. I'm going with the bird wings, guys. Do we have gloves? Would gloves match us? I don't know if gloves would match us too well. Ooh, the metal heads. Oh, yeah. Looks very nice. I think we're going to go with the metalheads. Looking pretty beast right now. I'll go Death's Head waist. There's not many belts. And then below the belt. What should we go with for below the belt? Should we go with tights? I don't think tights would go well with this character. No tights. Tights don't really look like it fits him anyways. Look at these. Look at those legs. They're like tree trunks. Those aren't legs, those are tree trunks. The Battle Mage goes well with that one as well. Of course, we have to have boots. Metalhead boots. What goes well here? We don't... Oh, yeah, street. Let's go with that. That matches, right, guys? I don't think so. Tall Lunar. No, that does not match. Not at all. Metalhead might be the best for that. For this. Let's go with Metalhead. Oh, yeah, we're looking pretty metal. We're looking pretty metal here. So metal, man. Alright, now we get to mess with our color. So we are a Green Lantern, so obviously we gotta be green. Like, come on. But what color of green is the real question. What's the... They're like black and green, right? Green Lanterns are? Something like that. Yeah, they're black, green, and like white. I don't know. Something like that. Alright, let's have the hood black with a green outline and white. Yeah, that's pretty. Face. We didn't have an emblem. Chest. Here we go. What do we got here? Black again with a green. Yes. Beautiful. Beautiful. Alright, now we get to mess with our wings. Should we have black wings or green wings? Probably should have white wings with like maybe a little bit of green on them. I don't think green. I think they're only one color there, my friends. I think we should change the green. The green looks a little weird, doesn't it? And we can't have it bright though. There, that's a much better green. Much better. All right, hands. Alright, we're gonna stick the green there. Put the black. Perfect. Legs. Keep that green as well. I like it. I like it. Looks good. Looks good. Perfect. I like it. Now we can change our hairstyle. What color hair should we have? Blue. Maybe like a graying white. He could be like an old, like grizzly, freaking pissed off man. Yeah, like a... Yeah, he's old. He's old and worn and torn, and he's ready to kick some ass. I like it. Kick some ass, man. Change our eye color. We could have him green. He could be representing the green. Don't really see the eyes too much. We have... Oh, makeup. Does that affect our tattoos? No. The hell does that affect? How do we affect our tattoos, actually, is a really good question. Maybe it's skin. Wait. What happened to my... Wait, what the hell? Okay, something happened. Wait. Why does it keep doing that? Okay. I guess we can't scroll over. Oh my god, we could be blue, guys. We could be like an alien. A red alien. Or like a super black alien. Oh god, that's like... Jesus. Can't see myself here. Look like Nightcrawler right now. We could be like a red alien. That looks horrid. No thing. Oh my god, we could be Yellow Man. No. That is way too yellow. Could be like... Yeah, looks like... I look like gray. I like it. I actually like that. Actually? Like... I almost look dead, though. Look like a zombie. They're gonna come back and eat me. Character's gonna come out of the screen and eat me. I don't want that. There we go. I like that. That's perfect, actually. Boom. Start it up.
Download successful.
So every character we've named Feared something, so that will not change. Feared Lantern. I have a feeling this might be taken. Because that actually sounds like something somebody would just come up with. Feared Lantern. Hopefully it's not, because that's a really good one. But it might be.
Error.
Alright, so Feared what? Well, we can't choose Feared Angel. Feared Angel's taken. That's my very first character's name. Feared Demon's taken, right? Or is it not?
Error.
Oh. Guess it is. Feared Battle? Feared Wing. No. Feared Light. Feared Light. Light.
Error.
Taken 2. We could be like Light Angel. What about Feared Domination? Oh, man. Oh.